Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to One of Each, the Dumb and Hungry podcast, where we talk about our food adventures and what food groups really mean. I'm Angelo, the Dumb and Hungry.
And I'm my chow. Just my chow.
Hey, Maicha, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm pretty excited. Welcome to this. I don't know what this is, but this will be a very interesting series of things that we talk about related to food. And this is episode number 1, numero
Yay!
uno. Yes,
The inaugural
it
episode.
sure is. Now
It's real.
it's real. It's a real thing. We'll see how long it lasts, but it's a real thing. For those who are just joining us, welcome. Glad to have you. Hope you stick around because we got things to say, got things to talk about, and hopefully it'll be good things. Tasty things, delicious things. Just in case you're interested, we have a few other episodes we've kind of posted early on about some other food places we've gone to, just to kind of try out, what we like and what we want to change about, how we do this podcast, but. Really what we want to do is focus on, certain places, kind of spotlight places that we've been to, that we visited, that we've eaten at, and just kind of talk about their food and the people that we've met and just kind of the fun things that we remember about them and really what they're up to now and, if and as they're still around, how to support them and where to find them. So, I mean, like I said, we've had our share of we've eaten a lot of food. We've gone a lot of we visit a lot of places, and just by chance, I've happened to take pictures along the way. They say the camera eats first. So we've
Especially for you.
Yeah, exactly. There have been times where it's eaten too much, and I've got nothing left. And
Half an hour.
Wait a minute. All right. I mean, you got. You just got to capture these moments, okay? But that's fine. But, throughout, the last few years, I mean, we've gone to a lot of great places and eat a lot of good food. And I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of good things to say. I mean, a picture's worth 1,000 words, but, I mean, this dumb brain still got things to say. So I hope you join us. But to start off this first episode, the numero uno, I wanted to talk about something that's very important to me. One of the most important food groups for me is yeah, no, I'm serious. Is barbecue. Okay,
That's a food group, you say?
it is. No, it is. I mean, it's protein, isn't that right? So barbecue is a food group. No, it's fine.
It gets its own group. Okay, that's fine.
So it's an important food group. I mean, I think even growing up, I was always very carnivorous and always seeking where to get good, well-cooked meat and however it's prepared, whether it's smoked, stewed, broiled, I don't know. I mean, however you prepare it, I think it's always a good time, with barbecue. So we wanted to start off with this particular spot. Something that we both can kind of talk about fondly and remember, and that spot is it's called Ragtop Fern's Barbecue, and this really opened up a lot of new concepts for me personally, and I think for you too, my chow. I mean, just the term like underground barbecue, or just underground actually. I mean, I didn't really understand. I mean, that there's this whole community of people that just kind of sell stuff over the internet. I mean, that's a thing. But I mean, like selling food and you just kind of reach them through social media. I mean, that's just kind of, I don't know, just kind of unheard of for me. I didn't really get it at first. It seemed a little daunting. But, when you think about it, you're here in places like LA, you got, food places set up all over the place, just down the street, off the corner, something. You got someone set up there selling food.
Yeah, but I mean, it is different in this case because it's you're giving them money beforehand, and it's just there's no guarantee that they're actually doing anything. So it's just a wild concept in that case. Like,
It's a gamble. I
yeah,
imagine sometimes if
the
especially
first
if you
time,
don't
I'm
know
sure.
them, right?
Yeah,
I mean, sure, you see what's there on on their social media, but some of them they don't really have a big presence, but they still take those orders or whatever, and so you're like, what am I getting here? It's like, but no, this is the real deal. This is so one of my forays early on into this whole underground scene, and also, probably more notably on barbecue and Texas style barbecue. I mean, I think that concept and just kind of hearing about that was just something new to me. But when I started reading about it, was pretty exciting. I'm not surprised. I'm going to there is an article that I will we'll share in our show notes and other things like that. But I just wanted to bring up this Eater article back in 2016, it seems, and they kind of highlight this the beginnings of Ragtop Fern. And you see here some of those who are watching, see some of the pictures of his setup. It's just right outside on the street of his apartment, and it's just very casual. It's just like a backyard barbecue. You just come in, you can sit down, you can have a drink. I mean, and he just slices you his barbecue, and it's really something else, and it's really good. So this was released in 2016. I think I had first found out really about him in 2017. And so it just kind of started from there. I sent him a message, a DM, and it was like all history from there. I mean, yeah, I really wasn't sure what I was getting into, but then as soon as you kind of do it that first time and you kind of get it, and then you just keep going, and then it just becomes like kind of natural. And then next thing you know, you're like ordering every other week or something. So
I feel like for you it was every week for a while.
well, whenever as much as possible is really what I guess I'm getting at there. But yeah, I mean, so Ragtop Fern, this real cool guy named Fernando Carrillo, he's just, I don't know, he's just one of those. He's a real cool dude, someone that you can like really talk to easily, and that you can really chill with and hang with, and just have drinks and just have a good time. And he just kind of just started out again just like cooking on his own, and then like people just kind of noticed and wanted him to kind of expand and kind of go out more and share his food more, and that's it just kind of grew from there. It's kind of really incredible that now he gets to share something really special with his community, with the city. I mean, it's pretty cool. But he's out there in like K-Town-ish, I guess. It's interesting because they kind of say K-Town, but really I didn't live too far, to be honest, from him, and that's more like Filipino town. So I mean, like depending on which border I guess you're looking at, but he's kind of in that area. It's not too far from you either, so
Yeah, I live closer now than I did a couple of years ago, even.
well, there you go. See, now there's no excuse. But
Yeah, it's wild. I didn't even know about it until you brought it up.
yeah,
Like when you mentioned the concept, I was skeptical as hell.
right. Yes.
But it turned out great, and I am not upset at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But so again, what they do, I mean, he does kind of this Texas style barbecue, just kind of smoked meat that's kind of cooked low and slow, something over a long period of time. Texas, they here's the thing though, like he serves up beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, just kind of those staples in barbecue, particularly Texas barbecue. And but I think over the years, especially since guys like him started, I mean, really LA I think has really taken those notes of those different styles of barbecue, and starting to make it its own. I mean, especially in recent years. I don't know. I mean, people say that there's no good barbecue around here, especially people that are, true people from like where Texas or Kansas or those regions where you find true good barbecue. But California, LA, I think we have a good strong offering, as well, especially in these years past. And this is a really good example of that. So and the way he does it, I mean, he has this smoker, this vertical smoker that he's named Lucifer. So, I mean, this is a video I'm showing right here from Infatuation, and he just kind of had this interview with someone there, and he was just kind of explaining about his smoker. I mean, most smokers are probably like kind of more like horizontally shaped, like a barrel. But there are smokers like these that are like vertical and upright, where the smoke like fire started from the bottom and then like it just rises to the top and then kind of cooks the food that way.
What are you looking at?
That's a good question. What am I looking at? I'm like not sharing. So, yeah, I mean this video is a good watch, and we'll have that available for you too. But yeah, I mean, he's been cooking on this thing, ever since I found out about him, and ever since. So I mean, it's good stuff. I mean, when you even look at the video here about like those are like the pork ribs right there. Ooh. And Texas, I remember I learned that they don't really rely on sauce, but I remember Fern, he's a real like rib guy. He likes his ribs, so he does his pork ribs real good, and he likes to sauce them up, and it makes a really nice sauce. If you don't want it, that's fine. You don't need it. Fine, you can eat the ribs as is, and they're really good. But I think it really does something real special when you have that sauce on there. Just nice, sweet, a little sticky. So good flavor all around. It's really cool. So, but of course his other cuts, his beef ribs, his brisket, I mean, it's just really, really above. So yeah, people, he's kind of earned the title really of kind of one of these OGs of barbecue in LA. I don't know if you can say if it's underground barbecue or just like barbecue in general for, this kind in LA, but he's definitely up there, making that. So that's also really cool to see.
2016.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it's been so long.
It's been that
honestly.
Long. But those are kind of his staples. He kind of sticks to those. But he also sometimes, there have been a few times I've been lucky to catch him on a day where he's like kind of trying something out. Maybe he did a little pork belly, did a little chorizo. He even did like
sandwiches at some point.
Yeah, something like a little McRib style kind of thing he wanted to do. I'm like, oh man. But just kind of
good though.
Yeah, I mean things like that. But I mean he sticks to his the cuts that he likes and that works. So beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, I mean those are the ones you want to get, and those are the ones that you'll be really happy with. So I mean, again, how you would reach out, I mean, you would just send him a message on Instagram. You just find you find him and slide into the DMs. That's what they say, right? So, okay. So you just send him a message, and then, you just let him know what you want. But, he has a certain schedule. He's not doing this every day, and actually he doesn't really even intend to do this full time. He just kind of like to do this as a weekend gig, and again, something that he likes to do for fun, and for his friends, and it's something that's not big on pressure for him. As you can see here, actually on his bio, he's a UPS driver by day. During the week, that's his day job, and he's gonna stick with that job. As far as I know, and it's treating him real good, and it's doing all right for him. So he just kind of does the barbecue on the weekends, and So what you got to do is that you got to keep up with him on Instagram, particularly on the stories. That's kind of where he drops the announcements more quickly. I mean, they're you've seen him, you'll see him on posts where he kind of posts it, but I think especially more recently you'll see him like in the stories dropping them in there. So just keep an eye on those. I think he was doing like kind of every other Saturday for a while, something like that. So you just gotta keep your eye on that. So don't miss out, because even in in the past, in the beginning, it's like sometimes I contact him like towards the end of the week, but then he's already out of certain things and I missed out, right? And I cry a little bit, and then but then I just try to get whatever's left. So if I'm lucky, I'll still grab something. So remind me much. I mean, when we've gone there, I mean, we've visited there, right? We've gone there. We've picked up food. I think maybe we've probably even eaten there a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, just think of just this, just like a kind of front yard, with like a tent, there, a small tent, and
Canopy.
then with tables, canopy, and then a table set up there, and then it's him and a slicing board, and then all the all his barbecue. And then sometimes he's got
smokers right.
Yeah, the smoker's right there, right at the curbside.
Yeah.
It's just
that's the wildest part. It's like in front. He's cutting up inside the gate for the apartment, but then the smoker's just on the outside,
just
like
there,
30 feet away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a cool setup. I mean, and there he's got all his buddies, he's got all his friends, and sometimes he has his lady there, and even some of his family helping him out serve that food. So. And keep track of the orders and all that. So I think that was pretty cool. And again, he's like a real nice guy. I mean, probably one of the nicest guys you could probably ever meet. And so I was very, very happy to come across him and really know someone very cool. So from the things that you've tried, again, there's like kind of a limited menu here, relatively speaking. But which one of these cuts really do you enjoy? Eating, aside from all of them.
There's no wrong answer there, honestly. But I mean, when you think of, at least when I think of Texas barbecue, it's always the first thing that comes up is how the brisket is, and it's good. Like it's really, he does his really well. I do like it a lot when it's the fattier cuts. Prime for me. Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Brisket's really good. Again, he's a rib guy, so I mean, like, I lean towards like definitely always getting ribs when I can, even though I do like brisket and beef flavors. But if he's got ribs, I'm taking them, because they're just really, the ribs themselves are really nice. They're soft, but they got a good chew. He has that sauce that he's got on there, which is kind of sweet and sticky and just really nice. So I think that's really the way to go. Really any way you choose, it's not gonna. You're gonna have a good time, right?
It's all good.
Yeah. And I think part of the other thing is like we talk about like his day job here, but really I think the other thing that really takes his time and where his passions really lead is with cars. He's a lowrider kind of guy. He's got his own like custom fleet, and he's just really a car head, and he goes to like all these car meets and meets he knows all these cool people, and all his friends also hit him up for food, and it's just it's a really good community that he's kind of found himself in and grown. So when the two kind of meet and marry, it's like, it's really something special, So, I wanted to, part of this too, like I said, we've taken a lot of pictures and got a lot of good memories, I think, that I probably wouldn't have remembered otherwise. And let me see if I can bring that up. This was just some of the pictures that, I came across. But I mean, that's the brisket right there, that looks pretty good, I gotta say.
Forget
Um,
slicing it. Just let me chomp on it from here.
yeah, I know.
Damn.
Just
That
really
looks
good
so good.
bark. Just a really nice, it's kind of a shame for people who, I mean, hopefully people are willing to be, to learn and be educated on, certain foods. But sometimes people just kind of see it and they think it's burned. I'm like, what? Wait a
Mm.
minute. You need to take a closer look. But here's a pic. He's holding it up like in this kind of Lion King style. It's like just um, just letting all the people know this is your king. So yeah, but yeah, there's the brisket there. It slices really nicely. It's really something. Then he would always just he always serves it up in these containers, and um, the brisket's there. And here's an example of like where he's just kind of painting it like with the sauce.
Yeah.
And I do ask. I mean, there are times when I just say, yeah, you can put, I could do without the sauce, or I could put the sauce on the side. Here's a tip: bring your own container for sauce, because if he's got it, he'll be nice enough to give you some. But you got to bring your own container. So he doesn't give anything out like that. So, but when he does, I mean, that's that's the way to go. But yeah, that's the brisket right there. And let me see. I'll bring up some other pictures of the ribs. These are good examples of the ribs.
Oof.
That's what I'm talking about. That sticky sauce, that sweet sauce that he puts on there, he paints on there. It's just really something else. It's something special. I mean, it tastes really good. The ribs on their own are good, but with the sauce, it's just something really good. And then I think I got one of everything. So we got the ribs, the brisket, and there's the beef rib right there too. That was that was something good too. So here's
Yeah.
more of the
Oh,
brisket, just a
that's a
nice
nice cut.
Yeah, a nice cut
Yeah.
there. And here's a few things about Fern. Again, more like pro tips or something about this guy. If you wanna be good friends with him, you wanna bring him some treats. Okay, so
Yeah, well,
like in the form of like a Modelo. Okay, some beer, Modelo particularly if you can get it like in that michelada style.
enchilada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get that, and you're golden. Man, here's some more ribs just cut up right there. Oh, here's the beef
Damn.
rib. Yeah, that's a nice straight view right there into the beef rib. But yeah, there's that. What else? He loves breakfast burritos. I remember that. So I like my share of breakfast burritos. So I mean, if you find him a good one, share it with him, and I think they'd be happy to try it out. So. So here's more. It's just more ribs, but I mean, every time I look at it, it's like, dang, that's something good, right?
Hey, what are you doing this weekend?
What am I doing? We got to see. I don't know, man. We'll have to
Well,
see.
he's not doing anything this weekend, so never mind.
Well, yeah, I think again we'll have to keep an eye on the stories and see when he's going to drop next. So there was a couple even like. I think there was this one weekend I'm pulling up here. He had one of his friends over. One of his friends does like Morisco's up in like North Hollywood, kind of that valley area, and he brought him down one day, and they were like kind of doing something together. He was doing his thing, and his friend was doing his thing too. But I remember coming over and I was taking these pictures here, with the smoker and the ribs just coming straight off, and he was giving them kind of a final spray down. Before he kind of put them back in there. I mean, it was that was a fun day, and those were he just had like a lot of ribs. There's like a lot of ribs.
Holy shit!
That was, oh man, that was something else. So so that was really good, and here's more. Yes,
And that was all for you.
Yes, that was all for me.
Glorious.
But I mean, again, you take a look. He's just kind of. He's painting those ribs. He's got like this artistic style to them, and I just can't say enough good things about the food, about Fern, about just everything there. So I could just look at these all day. Actually, I'll probably just spend the rest of the time. I just won't talk anymore, and we just keep looking. But this is his buddy. I think it's called Mariscos El Tiburon. And if I find the link, I'll put that down in the notes too. But yeah, this was something really good too. So they had that was a good day with barbecue and Mariscos. Do I have any pics of that? Yeah, the Mariscos are there. Yeah, those are really good, really spicy. As it should be. Oh man.
Damn.
Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that.
Surf and turf, if you will.
Yeah, That's exactly it. Surf and turf. I think most of
Sounds
this
delicious.
podcast, honestly, would if I weren't more guided, I'd just be silent and just be looking at these pictures all day and just have no commentary, just like looking at these. And then people like on the audio side are like, what the heck's going on? Is the podcast done? I mean,
Just straight silence.
it's like it's already
You
been
hear
like 40 minutes and like what's been going on?
You hear the occasional click.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, here's some some other pics of the smoker. I mean, this was this said 2020. Man, this was actually just before, not too long before, the pandemic, really hit. And so this was one of the last, one of the few events I got to enjoy before, it all went down. So since 2016 to 2020, yeah, that's a good 4 years. Yeah, this has seen some some good times. This smoker here. It's really cool. I'll also let me see if I can find an item here. I know he's sometimes again he's got his fleet kind of set up over there. He's got his cars and everything, and sometimes it's just like parked outside, and you just kind of see his rides, and all his neighbors are like really cool and respectful, of each other, and they kind of look out for each other. That's a really cool thing too. So,
Wait a minute.
yeah, did I miss something?
That wasn't barbecue.
What did you see?
The strawberry tart thing.
Oh, let me bring that up. So his lady, she likes to do some baking from time to time. And I don't remember if there is an Instagram, I'll put that down there too. But these were like some of the things I tried. She had like this fruit, galette, which obviously is very tasty, and nice like crust with this like kind of open, space for where we have peaches and strawberry and just a nice sweet treat. There was also some other pics from another album. I remember there was a pie I saw. There it is. Look at that.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure she made that too. So that was a nice kind of berry pie. So I know that's something you appreciate.
Yeah, pies for days.
Absolutely. So yeah, that turned out really good too. But if I find that, where I'll put that, I'll share that with you. But yeah, look, more galettes. Man, cool. So, I mean, that's just some of the stuff that we got to enjoy, and thanks to him too, because he likes to eat too. So he and I had met up, and we've tried out different things. He introduced me to carnitas El Momo, which is probably some of the best carnitas you can find. There's this spot just probably down the street from his place, not too far, that like kind of this no-name spot that sells pupusas, and they were cheap, and they were like really like legit filling, and just like really good flavorful pupusas. Just places like that. I mean, he would share with me from time to time like places he's been to and things I should try out, and I mean, I'm happy. I'm grateful for that. So I mean, it's him. It's that's Ragtop Fern. Okay, and that's a name you should keep with you for a while. So don't forget it. Yeah, just to find this guy, is probably going to be through Instagram. That's going to be the best way to find him. That's the best way to contact him and see what he's up to. I noticed that he did kind of take a little bit of a break. He wasn't doing barbecue very much or at all for a while, but I did see a post recently that he kind of announced an official date, coming back, and I think that is he said the 27th, August 27th. Okay.
Okay.
So mark your
Got
calendars.
I'm in.
Again, just keep your eye on the stories when he drops the news, so that when he does, you can DM him and place an order, right? So I think that man, that was a lot. I mean, that was a lot to say. I mean, I can't really say enough good things about Fern, just about his food and just him as a just a good person. Interestingly enough, early on, this was actually how I met another person. I think he and my other kind of in these food adventures was Abe Delgado. If you remember Abe, good old Abe, he does the I Crush Barbecue Show podcast, and he just has a full selection and lineup of really strong episodes of barbecue throughout LA and Texas, and he's a guy from Texas, so he knows his barbecue, and so he came out here, and when he did, he wanted to find good barbecue, and thank God he did. Thank God I met this guy, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have gone this. Found him many good places as we have. So, but you can check him out at the I Crush Barbecue Show, and I'll put that link down there too. But yeah, otherwise, you just got to find Fern on those days that he's doing barbecue. It's probably going to be on a Saturday, and it's just going to be on kind of days that he says he's going to do them. So look out for that. But aside from that, I think, man, that's all I really got to. I could just keep going. I'm sorry, I just keep going on. If I keep going on and just never stop. But I think that's really it. We've got a lot more to say, not just about this guy, but so many other great places. I'm just I think I'm really excited. I think Maichi, I hope you're excited as well to kind of talk about these places.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I mean, we're talking about, honestly, like, our favorite food groups.
Yeah.
So
what are your favorite food groups?
I mean, this is one of them. Okay, barbecue is definitely an important food group, and we will discover more of these food groups as we go along. So, I want to thank everyone for joining us, and again, we are really excited to bring you more episodes of great food adventures that we've been on, and great food, and just wonderful people that we've talked to. And hopefully you can find us. We're streaming here on YouTube, but you can find this wherever fine podcasts are served. But until next time, I'm Angelo.
I'm Maichi.
And we will catch you at the next one.